We are officially 4 months into the new year, and 2025 has been kicking my butt. I'm 21 years old now, and now that I'm someone who's very focused on time, I'm scheduling more things in my life. My life has just become more busy. Time moves much faster, and time is just something that is ultimately really depressing, just because you know it's limited. So planning things so far out, 22 is just right around the corner. And I feel myself getting older. When I wake up in the morning, my body hurts more. If I don't get enough sleep, it affects me much more than it did even a year ago. And this year's just been not the greatest. My girlfriend just recently broke up with me. I've lost $10,000 in the last month and a half. But a lot of good things have come out of a lot of bad things. I've made a lot of new connections. I've met a lot of people. I've been networking harder than I've ever networked before. I've been playing a lot of pickleball. I've been doing really well in pickleball. And even though business is not at its highest and it's not doing the greatest, it has opened up different opportunities for different sources of income. And one of them is actually YouTube. But I wanted to talk about something that I always think about, random topics that I want to talk about on YouTube, and I'll write them down in my notes. And usually I forget them or I don't write them down. And this one that I was thinking about recently, and I thought about this so many times, I wrote down and I was like, okay, next time I'm going on a drive, I'm going to talk about this because it's something that I think a lot of people need to hear. If you dream about things and you want all these things to happen, nothing's gonna happen if you're not taking action on these thoughts that you're having. And what I'm ultimately getting towards is, if you think you're someone who's really smart, can be a great businessman, can be really successful, can have all these friends, have all these connections, just be the best person you are, you cannot become great without putting in some sort of effort towards greatness. And one thing I wrote down in my notes, I was talking about, if you walked up to a bus stop or whatever and the homeless person next to you told you, hey, there's no self-driving cars, and he says, hey, we totally, I have this great idea about self-driving cars. I think we need to make self-driving cars. I think that's the future. You're gonna be like, this guy's literally crazy. Why would anyone listen to this guy about his self-driving car thing and take him seriously? But when you have a multi-billionaire like Elon Musk say, hey, I think we should make self-driving cars, a lot of people are going to listen. A lot of people are going to invest time into this guy, and they're gonna take him way more seriously. An idea is only so crazy when it comes out of the person's mouth that's saying it. If you have someone who's never done anything great before tell you this insane ambition they have, you're gonna be like, okay, yeah, sure, buddy, you're crazy. But if you have this person who's constantly chasing these goals, wakes up every single day super early, works the entire day, invests all their time in learning, is just super hyper focused, tells you crazy goals, you're like, this guy's probably gonna go get it. And that's the difference between a lot of people. I have all these people that I talk to all the time, and they talk about these big goals that they have, and they want to make a lot of money. But if you're doing absolutely nothing right now, you haven't proven yourself to me or other people around you that you are actually ambitious. And that was one of the things that stopped me when I was younger. And I just wanted people to listen to me. Nobody would listen to me. And I had all these crazy goals. I wanted to make money, and I would constantly talk about making money, but I had none. And everyone just shied away. They just turned their head. They wouldn't listen to me. And years down the road, I've become more successful. I've been super, super ambitious, and I've just gone after it every single day for the past 2 years. And a lot more people listen to me now and take me much more seriously. People want to hear what I have to say. And I'm still getting there. There's so many people that I can't even get that connection. Money opens doors. If people tell you money isn't everything, money is a lot of things that you don't think about. It's not just fancy cars. It's not just having a lot of luxurious things, but it's being able to meet people and get people's time. Because if I'm not able to be in a certain place when another person is, or be seen by this person because I have no value to this person without this success, without having created something for myself, I'm just a person with a dream. I'm not a person chasing dreams. And I can give a real life example of this, that personally, when I was working at CubeSmart, I would constantly be looking at other ways to make more money. And my manager that worked there with me, I would ask him literally like every day or every other day, like about business ideas. I was like, do you think this could work? I'm trying to do this now. I've started this. I've done this. I'm doing this. I'm going to school. I'm applying to all these other jobs. I'm trying to figure out another way to make more money. And he was like, dude, when you grow up and you're not on Forbes, I would be disappointed, because that's all I talked about. I was just absolutely obsessed with just getting out of the situation that I was in. And that, me being super ambitious and talking about this and grinding every single day, I eventually got a connection to what was my next job. And it was working for this entrepreneur. And because my manager had a connection to this guy, he referred me to them, and he saw all my stuff that I posted on YouTube, me talking about all this crazy stuff that I want to do, that I'm doing now, what I'm doing to get to these goals, got me that job. And if I didn't post about that, if I didn't talk about that, and I just like kind of chit-chatted with my friends of like, hey, I want to be a millionaire when I grow up, but I don't know what I want to do. I don't know what I want to do. I don't know what the $1 million move is. I don't know what's going to make me millions and millions of dollars, but I do know what's going to make me $100,000. And I know by saving all that money and investing it wisely, I don't have the idea now, but when I do have the idea, I will be ready to go and pursue that idea with money and this discipline that I've created by chasing all these smaller goals to get to this big goal. But that's like everything I was thinking about on that topic. But someone recently reached out to me and they talked to me about a video I made quite a long time ago. And it was me talking about how I wanted to be a millionaire before 30. And that was just kind of like a thing that I threw out there, where 30 was 10 years away when I made that video. And now 30 is 9 years away. And the closer and closer and the more time that passes by, I want this goal to come much, much sooner. I don't think $1 million is as far off as what I thought a year ago. So they wanted me to react to this video and kind of just tell you guys what I'm doing now and see if my thoughts align with what I thought a year ago. And I do want to do that. But one thing that I did recently that I'm very glad and that I did, but it was just something that was so just not me, but it helped keep me on the path that I'm already going on. I applied to Walmart. My mom sent me, this is like the reason of why I did it. My mom sent me this ad for waste management. It was like 30-something an hour. I looked at it, I was like, oh, it's a fake job. I like noticed right away the link was super sketchy, whatever. And then I was like, I'm gonna go check on LinkedIn and see if there's any jobs that are available right now. So I looked at LinkedIn to see if there was any jobs available just out of curiosity, and there was one. It was this Walmart stocking supervisor, and it said 22 to 32 an hour, and I was like, I'll negotiate 30. Get the text, go in for the job interview. Really cool guy. He was super cool. I got to see all of the back rooms of Walmart. It was very interesting, and he was very impressed with everything that I had to say, everything that I've done, and why I wanted to get this job, whatever. He even told me, it was like, a lot of people talk about these things that they want to do, but you never really meet these people in person. And he was like, I'm very impressed by meeting someone at your age that has these type of ambitions. And for sure, like, I thought I got the job. I still haven't got a text back, so I assume I didn't get the job, which I thought for certain I was going to, but I'm not mad because I didn't want it. Throughout the conversation of this interview, this guy basically told me, yeah, it starts at 20 an hour. And right then and there, I could have walked out of the room, but I honestly wanted to hear it out. So it was 20 an hour. I didn't want to go. But after I left that place, I saw how tired the guy that interviewed me was, and I just thought to myself, I never want to be in that situation. I just don't want to do that. I don't ever want to work for somebody else again. I don't want to work for like hourly. It is just so excruciating. The only time I want to work is if it's for the bigger picture, if it's like for some crazy idea or dream that I've created, and that's what I'm doing now. That's what I've been doing for the past year. That was just something that was super eye-opening to me, and I kind of just forgot how much I hated working a normal job and how miserable I was. And I just started looking at some old photos I had when I was working at my old job, and I would take pictures. Literally, I would sit there as it was closing, and I would just look directly at my phone, take a photo of how sad I was. And I looked back at these photos and I was like, I never want to do that again. And this is another thing, this is like a spin-off of this conversation, but a lot of people don't understand how much I hate working. And people say, oh, I hate my job, like I hate my job. Okay, if you hate your job so much, why don't you become super rich so you don't have to work anymore? That's exactly if I don't like something, I am not going to do it. I quit my job, I started doing my own thing, I made more money than I have ever made in my entire life. And that was through a ton of risk and a ton of hours put towards a goal that I really wanted to do, and I stayed super disciplined until it worked. And I know that like there's more in the future. I literally want to be able to change what I'm doing now, because this is not the end goal. Like I'm still not happy with where I am at now. I know there's something greater, and a lot of people would just celebrate. And there's this thing that David Goggins says, like, when you celebrate, a lot of people celebrate for a long time, for years, and you just forget about what you were doing to get to this goal, and you're just stuck in this celebration where you just lose like your linear progression. You plateau, whether it is work related, whether it is relationships related, whether it is time related. Like if I just max out everything and I can't get any more just progression, any better at something, I get so angry. There has to be a way to get better and just do more. There always is. And I'm very good at noticing those plateau points. And every time I notice, I'm getting comfortable. I hate the stress. I hate the way it feels uncomfortable. But every time I live in comfort, nothing gets done. And a lot of people just live in this comfort. It's comfortable to work a 9 to 5 and not have to worry about anything, and just go to work every single day at the same exact time and leave at the same exact time and be able to buy the same things with the budget you have. But as soon as you're uncomfortable, you can have so much more. There's actual possibility. In a normal salary job, you can only make that much. Yeah, there's like compensation-based jobs where you can make this much if you get this many sales. But if you work for yourself, there's a possibility I make 100 million, but I haven't made $1 million yet. But there is that possibility. There is just an infinite amount of possibilities by working for myself. But in a job, there's limitations. And I guess a big part of myself is finding what is limitless. Because everything that has limits, I don't like things that have limits. If you can only go so far in something, it just sucks, dude. I just don't like limits. Like, I don't know how to describe it. Everything that's limited sucks. And I think another like word for this is just like freedom. And I'm a big person on freedom. I like to be able to do what I want to do whenever I want. And a lot of people think that they live in freedom, but in reality, they are not even close. And I've seen other people in freedom. I've lived around people that have just lived these amazing lives. And once I've seen it's possible, like, seeing is believing for me. And once I've seen it, I dream about it, dude. Like, I want that. I need to have it. It is unreal, the life that other people have. And it's not like a jealousy thing. I know that exists for me, and I know it's somewhere, but there is a path that is suffering and it sucks, but there's a good side of it after this. And everything about it is just better. Everything about living this suffering life is better, because you're going to learn more, you're going to become more wise, you're just going to have a more fruitful life, have more experiences, meet cooler people, and just overall live this better life. And to tie like literally everything I've kind of been talking about in a bow is connections are one of the biggest things ever. I think like I've been someone who lives very alone. I'm someone who's very self-kept, and I don't like being alone. Like, as much as I feel like I do, not having the accessibility to talk to other people is really sucky. Like, I don't really have any friends, and I know that my friends that I have, we're just not close. I don't hang out with any of them, ever. I just never hang out with people. I swear on my life, connections are it is so impossible to, like, I'm trying to figure out a way to describe this. With one person, you're only one person. A team is always going to beat one person almost every single time. It's not always, but that one single person that is beating a team would do even better if they had a team of really great people. So if you find people that are great, it's going to help you like go so much farther in life. And that's a big part of putting myself out there, being on YouTube, talking to more people, is just finding really wise people that know what they're doing, have certain experiences, are wise, are super healthy, and they know how to be healthy, like just people that are going to give you advice. School can only take you so far, but I've learned so much more through random people telling me some insane stuff and just talking to me. Like everything that my intelligence is from other people, 100%. And I was just thinking about this recently. My friend, he's like 51, I believe. I think he's 50 or 51. Really cool guy. He's very into reading books. I do not like reading books at all. But one thing I would do is listen to him summarize a book every single, like I would do that for hours. If he could tell me every book that he has ever read and summarize it for me, I would listen full-heartedly because it's super interesting. I don't like reading books. I can't even count the amount of books I've read on a hand. It's probably like one hand of books. I've never finished them. I get bored halfway through them. I'm like, I'll listen to the audiobook. I don't want to read this. But I would listen to this guy's summaries of books every single day. Super intelligent guy. And it's just like, I wouldn't know all of these random books that he has told me about if I didn't know him. And I'm so glad I would. And I would listen to 100,000 more books that he has to tell me. And that was just something I was thinking about. And it's like, I don't know. I'm glad to know this guy. And there's no, I don't really have like a aha moment to this story. But connections are super important. That's all I'm trying to say, is connections are important. And another thing with the aha moments is like, a lot of people come to me through like YouTube and they're looking for this one specific sentence that is going to make them tons of money. If I can't tell you that, and nobody can just tell you something and it's going to make you a ton of money. There's no secret that you don't know about that just makes a bunch of money. Everything is just like one step of a ginormous staircase, and you actually have to walk that staircase yourself. Like these people telling you something and giving you advice is only like, it's like a 1% of 100. It's not gonna make you money. And that's something, when I was younger, I was always looking for this like secret. I always thought there was secrets to making money, and there definitely is something that's gonna give you an edge, but it's nothing that's like, if I just knew this right now, I'd make $1 million. It's never that. There is just nothing like that in the world that exists. And it just sucks. There just isn't. It's all something that you actually have to go chase after and obtain yourself. And someone might direct you on the right path, and that is as far as it's going to get. You get the direction, you have to walk it. So I feel like I've said everything I need to say on this like tree branch of topic. It's just like something that keeps going in different directions, but I just got a lot of stuff to say, dude. I could constantly talk. I like talking, but I'm gonna cut it short. I know I've been talking for a long time. I'm almost at my destination. I'm going to pickleball tonight. Got invited to this really good group, and today's a super windy day, so it's a great day to play indoors. We got a big tournament coming up this weekend. Very excited, but we're gonna end it here because I know I've been talking for about 30 minutes. So I hope you guys enjoyed. I hope you learned something, take something from this video, just because I think a lot of people need to hear what I've basically just said, because if I knew this myself like a year ago, it would have helped me a lot more. There's a lot of things that I've learned over this past year just because I'm more focused and like kind of just living life more actively, I would say. Like I'm more in the zone. I'm not playing video games. Like there's no hour of my day that's not like some form of progression in my life. I just don't sit anymore. No relaxing. It's just go, 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 go. And I like it like that. It's very, I don't know. There's something fun about like becoming better. I don't know how to put that. Just progressing in life. But end it here. I hope you guys enjoyed. Don't forget to leave a like, drop a comment if you have any questions for me, and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And as always, I will see you guys in the next video.